Hello everybody, welcome to Dulcimerica. My name is Futch. Thank you very, very much for joining me on this final day of 2021. It's New Year's Eve, a time for reflection. How was the year for you? For me, it's been all over the place. In some ways this year was kind of crappy with the pandemic and canceled gigs and stuff like that. But in other ways it was gorgeous and beautiful and wonderful because there were friends, there were family members, there were other people who were always there for all of us. And of course, there was our magical, amazing, and wonderful instrument, the Appalachian Mountain Dulcimer, which helped us get through these tough times. We had a lot of fun this year, learning a lot of new stuff and looking back at some other stuff that we wanted to remind ourselves that we knew. So I figured I would spend this evening taking a look back across 2021 to see some of what we covered and some of what maybe ended up on the cutting room floor. And now, without any further ado, let's check out 2021 before we check out 2022. This is a great way to kick off the year. Brand new dulcimer, brand new season of Dulcimerica, and I am so stoked about this. First of all, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous instrument, as you can see. Very stunning. Now, I've been getting double dulcimers for a very long time. In fact, as long as Dulcimerica's been around, I've been getting double dulcimers made for me. Reason being is I do a lot of playing in different tunings, and instead of having to be on stage and retune all the time or grab another dulcimer, I decided I wanted to have two fretboards. And so Fullcraft began making these for me in 2008. I still have every single double that I've ever gotten from them, starting with Annie from the very, very beginning, through Buttercup, which was my first kind of bizarre hybrid with standard on one side, chromatic on the other side. And for the longest time, I'd been thinking, you know, what would really be nice is to have a standard baritone. And that was before I started getting into doing a lot of what I do with the pedals during my shows. So I decided finally to go ahead and just get a bass on one side and then get the standard on the other side, so I could always play, you know, the songs I always play. But if I ever needed to support that in a loop, like I just did with Promontory from The Last of the Mohicans, I could actually play the bass part over here without the need for any pedals, and then come over here and play the rest of the part. You can also create bass lines that are very heavily melodic and make them the hook of the tune that you're doing. One of the songs that's going to be on the next album is called Put You Down, and the bass line goes like this. Obviously, that's a lot more than just 1/4, 1/5, but that just goes to show you that you can just expand your imagination and do whatever you like to with any of the elements, whether it be melody, harmony, your simple chords, or your bass. As long as it all fits together in the grand scheme of things, and we're thinking about music theory, which does allow for a lot of chord substitutions, borrowed chords, accidentals, things that would make the music a lot more complex and a lot more interesting, there is really no limit to the things that you can do when you're writing and arranging your own music. But for the opening, I may do something like about including some of these major chords now, because we do have them and they are going to be very, very helpful to us. Our major chords are D, G, and A once again. But now D is the 3 chord, G is the 6 chord, A is the 7 chord. So the numbers are different, but the chords and the ingredients in those chords are the same. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Let's start off with G and go down to B minor. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in a church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits by the window, wearing a face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Brilliant stuff from the Beatles, Eleanor Rigby. In a minor key once again, and so it's nice because you've got another depressing story of this lonely, lonely woman, but then you've got these elements of sunshine that come up with the major chord inclusion. But no doubt about it, it kicks off minor, well, except with the recorded version of this, it actually starts off with a major. It starts off with that G major first, well, in the key of D, and then it hangs out in the minor a lot. But that major release gives us a chance to come up for air and breathe a bit with all of the darkness that's going on with that tune. Again, brilliant, brilliant stuff from the Beatles.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. The dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave those kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. I see you old school rockers out there. Let me hear your voices. Let's go.
Futch, F-U-T-C-H. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. So Stephen Seifert just took delivery of his new McCaffrey dulcimer. And I said, that's funny because I'm getting a new axe from Fullcraft this week. He said, you gotta do an unboxing video. I went, all right. Very, very excited. Oh, yes. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Look at that. There's nothing like new dulcimer smell. Look, look, look. That is, starting right off, that is a beautiful instrument. Whew, man, oh man, I'm amazed every single time I look back at a year of Dulcimerica to see how much ground we covered. Now, we didn't go as many places this year, but we really dug deep and got into some really interesting things involving this instrument. And our 14th season was filled with a lot of new stuff and a lot of old stuff as well. And I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you all through our 15th season. That sounds so strange. 15 seasons. We started as the Dulcimerica video podcast in 2007. There wasn't a whole bunch of mountain dulcimer content on YouTube at the moment. In fact, I can think of videos from Robert Forrest, The Robert Forrest Show, and Mountain Dulcimer Folk with Stephen Seifert. But there wasn't a whole lot else going on. Now you can go on YouTube and you can find just all kinds of videos, tutorials, performances, interviews, and research done in the name of our wonderful instrument, the Appalachian Mountain Dulcimer. It's a great thing, and if you're a mountain dulcimer player who just came in, just got their first instrument, welcome to the family. We think you're going to enjoy it an awful lot. In fact, I think we know you're going to enjoy it an awful lot. So thank you guys, everybody who's watched an episode, everybody who's subscribed on YouTube or on Apple iTunes, and specifically, thank you to all of the supporters out there, specifically the folks that are on my Patreon. You guys make this happen every single week. It's not cheap putting together a weekly video series. And whether it be equipment upgrades or software upgrades or just being able to take the time to produce episodes every single week and do the curation of all the information, none of that would have been possible without the support of my patrons. So I thank you guys so very, very much for making it happen. And now as we go into the year 2022 with our 15th season, still mind-blowing, looking forward to sharing more stuff with each and every one of you, whether you're a patron or not, because you can always watch this for free on YouTube and on Apple iTunes. So thank you for your emails, thank you for your support and encouragement, and thank you for embracing and loving the Appalachian Mountain Dulcimer. I'm leaving that in. Why? Maybe you know, maybe you don't, but that's okay. That's not important. What's important is that we continue to play this instrument, share it with other people, and make sure that there is an amazing future for this instrument and for those who play it. Thanks again, everybody. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the road. I got a lot of stuff planned, and hopefully, if things don't get too squirrely out there, I'll be seeing you at a venue, an Irish pub, or a festival very, very soon. Be good, be well, be safe, be careful, and of course, be joyful as you make music. We will see you next year.
Now, Bing and his wife are so into the miracle on 34th Street that they have named their house Casa de Milagro, the House of Miracles.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey.
Now, Bing makes a living singing and playing the mountain dulcimer, plays in festivals all over the nation until, of course, the pandemic. The festivals, the music, and the magic he made stopped.
Are we going to throw this gig and then they're going to shut us down again? Are people going to come? And what about the health aspects of it?
So what's Bing's miracle? Well, this year, live performances, the festivals, came back. Bing was on stage, reconnecting to his music and to the energy.
It was beautiful. It was euphoric. It was so great to be out there seeing these folks again and making the music. It was like a family reunion where everybody loves each other.
But also, Mac, is COVID-19. Some live performances in New York have been canceled, but that's where Bing says the second miracle comes in. He's one of thousands of artists who financially survived the pandemic through an online subscription service where he performs, teaches, and gets paid.
And that to us is a miracle because during this time when people are sort of agitated and aggro with each other, you've got a lot of people who are loving each other and getting each other through the tough times. And I love them. I love them, love them, love them.
And what's not to love about being the barefoot Santa, who's created what he calls his own little heaven on a plate by making music and living in his little house on 34th Street.
Peace and happy holidays from your barefoot Santa.
In Orange County, Michelle Meredith, West 2 News.